Hello guys, S2W here as your average consumer, here with a new pickup of the fall season and a popular sneaker from Adidas, the Nomads, short for NMD XR1s in triple black. As many of you should already know, the NMD XR1s first debuted in August 2016, which was 1 month ago from this video upload. In Canada, only one colorway was made available for purchase, and now exactly 1 month later, a second variation of the XR1s came up for us Canadians. Now there are exceptions, but I would hardly buy a second color of the same shoe at retail. However, this version of the XR1s are special. Why? Because they are triple black. What's so special about triple black? Well, they painted the Boost material black, done only to a few Boost sneakers ever to launch by Adidas. Again, these XR1s were sold instantly online as always, so I got extremely lucky on this purchase. Team Manual for the win! The biggest difference on this sneaker lies on how they executed the full-length Boost technology. Now on all NMDs or even Ultra Boosts, the final color of the Boost you see for sale are always white because the material is white in its original color when it was made. People then started a fad by coloring the Boost for color coding reasons and also simply to hide the yellowing that happens on Boosts as they get dirty. Adidas then followed their buyers and introduced color Boost for the first time on any Boost sneakers, and they did it on the uncaged Ultra Boosts, most notably for the triple blacks and triple red colorways. There were rumors that the Boosts were actually just painted on with color because they have been asked why they didn't color the Boost before, and they have explained that they couldn't because coloring the Boost will alter the Boost properties, so they don't play with it. So why and how will they do it now? So as it turns out, the colors were indeed painted on, because under the sneakers, you will see the familiar white Boost technology again. So whatever the consumer is buying is really having Adidas pre-painting it for you instead. After that uncaged UB release, the second Boost pre-painted release for the general public to purchase were these XR1s and also the Mesh R1 NMDs in the all black and red colorways. And well, I sniped for the Prime Knit XR1s. A closer look at these NMD XR1s, nothing much has changed since the last variation of the XR1s or other NMDs. These XR1s feature a one-piece prime knit upper different than the lower tier models of the NMD R1s with only mesh uppers. As of this video's upload, there are no mesh models of the XR1s, but I have seen versions online rumored the duck camo XR1s that looks like it will be the first mesh variations. Basically, Adidas' Prime Knit is their newest method of digital knitting, a system that knits fused yarn together to create the entire one-piece upper for this model. The material is very flexible, lightweight, and breathable. It's made to feel like it can seamlessly wrap around your feet for that sock-like fit. Take a quick glance on the Prime Knit upper, you will see a very distinct pinstripe pattern, unlike the triple white XR1s with the off-white lines. Not exactly triple black Adidas, because the pinstripe is clearly grey. But moving on, it's a very nice and simple design to give a kick to the shoe. No pun intended. Side note, I'm not sure if it's because of the pattern on the Prime Knit, but the material seems more soft and smooth than the Prime Knits on the triple white XR1 surprisingly. On the side of the shoe, you have the same NMD signature EVA plugs. On the lateral side, you have the two blocks where the back block protrudes out and the front block embedded literally into the shoe, sitting flush against the Boost. On the medial side, only one block just like all previous NMDs. These plugs are designed to create more stability as you walk. And something to note is that the outside front block are much smaller and thinner on the XR1s, whereas on the R1s or City Sock NMDs, the front block sits on the outside of the Boost. As for the outsole, we have the same rubber compound found on all previous NMDs, with the unchanged hexagonal patterns and Adidas logo and branding, standard for durability and grip on the ground for simple everyday use. As mentioned earlier, the white Boost is quite apparent under the shoe considering their triple blacks. Now I don't mind personally, but Adidas did have some official pictures of the XR1's Boost under the shoe in black as well, so who knows why they suddenly changed their mind to keep it white. At the tongue area, the pull tab is higher and more rounded than the basic R1 NMDs. Same design found on the Adidas tubulars, so it's easy to assume that's where their inspiration came from. Also, we have an Adidas branded patch stitched on the tongue to give the sneakers a hit of the Adidas logo. Notably made out of suede, whereas the triple white XR1s were made out of a synthetic leathery material. Again, it's stitched only at the top and bottom side of the patch and it's hollow on the back. At the side of these NMD XR1s are the molded TPU quarter panels, giving a minimalistic and secured cage-like feel. On the outside, the cage is see-through in the middle, where the netting feels like some sort of fabric material. On the inner side, the cage is just a huge plastic mold. If anything, you can hide the laces behind this piece of the cage for that cleaner look. Under these laces, you will see a familiar taping running across the shoe, the same taping to secure the stitching happening on that part of the sneaker, found on all previous NMD R1s as well. Again, for some misleading reason, One of Adidas' official triple black XR1 images did include some Japanese characters on the quarter panels, but it's not on the final delivery of the shoe. Not a big fan of the image versus final product differences, but it would have been nicer if the Japanese kanji was there though, making this sneaker that much more special. Back of the sneakers, you have the same iconic pull tab found on all NMDs, written in neither Japanese, French, German, or English. All pairs come with random strips of pull tabs that translates to the brand with the 3 stripes. The pull tab on the XR1s are threaded through a suede cuff, whereas on the triple white XR1s, it was a leathery cuff. Also, there's no padding on the heel of the XR1s, making a closer fit to your feet. Inside the sneaker, you have the same embedded insole that is stitched shut to the midsole found on all NMDs. It's like Adidas is telling us to buy insoles separately for them. Last but not least, the laces are 3M, so that's a bonus on the shoe for that surprising flash photography shine. Anyways, here's some NMD XR1 triple black fit footages. Fit wise, I personally bought them half size down from true to size and they fit very nicely for me. However, I have heard many accounts where people bought them true to size and they still fit nicely because the cage makes them a little bit tight and at the front it fits a little bit more narrow than standard NMDs. Everyone has different feet though, so if you can't go half size down, stay true to size and if anything, put an insole inside to make them fit more tightly. However, on the width ratio in my opinion, they still fit wide and flat, so it's very comfortable if you fall under those categories. Price wise, they retailed at 180 in Canadian, $10 more than the triple white XR1s. Basically, you would have been paying that extra $10 for someone to paint your boost for you, so you make the call if you think it's worth it or not. As for me, I found this colorway fit so nicely for this fall season that I simply couldn't pass it up. And for a boosted Primeknit NMD shoe that's less than 200 Canadian is an immediate cop for me. And as I said earlier, surprisingly, the Primeknit on this colorway seems to be more smooth than the white noise Primeknit model, so that was a plus. As always, throw me some likes if you liked the video and let me know in the comments if you like the XR1s, as I was gifting myself this pair of sneaker as a pre-consolation prize for the Yeezy Boost 350 V2Ls. And that's what happened. I caught big L's, so good thing I bought this. That's it for today. S2W signing off.